Hello my dear friends, and welcome to what I would say is a very unprecedented video. Last week I was sat at my desk, where all of the Mandalorian magic happens, and I was thinking, aren't we due for Tales of the Jedi Season 2 this year? Well, it turns out Star Wars just released a new trailer for an upcoming show on May 4th. It's the next chapter of Tales, but it's not Season 2. It's a new 6-part anthology series dropping on Star Wars Day, Tales of the Empire. Are we getting a Tales of the Jedi Season 2? I would say it's looking very doubtful, but this is what we're getting this year. And I'm just going to dive straight into the breakdown because this is massive. This ties into The Mandalorian Season 2, the Ahsoka show, and would you know it, I was right a few weeks ago about a big prediction. I'd been sensing for a very long time, Lucasfilm has been hinting at the return of Barriss Offee, including the voice actress herself. At the time people were saying I'm wrong, they were saying no, they were saying it's unlikely, but here we are my dear friends. She's back, and we know how she survived Order 66, and what happened after she turned to the dark side. She was incarcerated by the Republic, that became the Empire, and then she was broken out of prison by the fourth sister from the Kenobi show to join the Inquisitors. And now we've got to wonder, does she survive until the Ahsoka show, maybe Ahsoka Season 2? Or does she die in the context of this anthology series? I guess time will tell. If you're a fan of Mando, Star Wars Rebels, The Clone Wars, then this is for you. The animation looks amazing, and so this anthology series is split into 2 parts. 3 episodes that focus on Morgan Elsbeth, voiced by Diana Lena Santo, who played her in The Mandalorian and the Ahsoka show, and 3 episodes focused on Barriss. We really see the true backstory of Morgan Elsbeth, who was a Night Sister. We see a flashback to the devastation of Dathomir, her childhood, General Grievous, from back in the day, and he looks like an absolute beast, so menacing in this animation style. I'm so excited as a prequels fan to see him again. He's fighting one of the Night Sisters. And something I noticed about Morgan, it looks as though she is part of the Singing Mountain clan, a Night Sister clan of witches from the courtship of Princess Leia, straight from the pages of the expanded universe and also mentioned in the Clone Wars short, the story called Bug, which I've spoken about in the past. And it seems to confirm the fan theory that Bug and Morgan Elsbeth might be one and the same. We also see how Morgan Elsbeth makes a deal with Thrawn to work for the Empire, and how her anger, her rage, her desire for revenge over what happened to her homeworld is what drives her to offer Thrawn the opportunity to work on his Imperial fleet, a relationship that lasts until her death in the New Republic era further down the line in Ahsoka Season 1. And as I say my dear friends, lots of connections to Mando Season 2. We see Morgan become the High Magistrate of Calodan on Corvus, we see Morgan Elsbeth's Corvus guards, and not to mention Wing, who lived in the city of Calodan by the time of The Mandalorian, and after the city was freed from the Elsbeth regime, he was able to reclaim it and his governorship. I'm so happy for Diana Lena Santo. I know occasionally she watches my videos, so huge shout out to her. I've been loving the exploration of the character in live action, but also now in animation. Very excited for this. But now let's talk about Barriss Offee. In her episodes, she is broken out of prison and taken under the wing of the Grand Inquisitor, voiced once again by Jason Isaacs, the OG Grand Inquisitor, and not Rupert Friend. And the character design is so much better in this. It's a bit like Star Wars Rebels, but even more, I want to say, dramatic. And we also see Marok return alongside the fourth sister and the Inquisitor Ahsoka fought in Tales of the Jedi Season 1. And then we have a very dramatic scene where Barriss is introduced to, quote, her new master, Darth Vader. And if you guys remember, the last time he faced her was as an adversary. She fought Anakin after framing Ahsoka Tano. I've got a very strong feeling Darth Vader is going to put her through the ringer, and then like most Inquisitors, after they serve their purpose, he's probably going to kill her, probably going to use Force Choke. And I wonder, considering Barriss Offee is a Mary Ellen, she's going to meet the 7th sister. During Star Wars Rebels, fans wondered, is Barriss the 7th sister? Dave Filoni, who's also created this show, says no, so let's wait and see. It's also fantastic to witness the 4th sister actually do something properly in action. She was so underutilized in the Kenobi show, and we see her hunting down a survivor of Order 66, this Jedi with a blue lightsaber. We also have an awesome, new looking poster with all of the characters on the front, and we also have a bit of information, so let's dive into it. Long Live the Empire! A new 6-part animated anthology in the style of Star Wars Tales of the Jedi was announced today, with a surprise trailer, I would certainly say so, and some key art. Journey into the fearsome galactic empire through the eyes of 2 warriors on divergent paths, Night Sister Morgan Elsbeth and former Jedi Barriss Offee. Like the first season followed Ahsoka Tano and Count Dooku, Tales of the Empire focuses on previously untold events in the lives of the featured characters. The trailer teases that we'll learn how a young Morgan Elsbeth navigates the expanding Imperial world towards a path of vengeance, while former Jedi Barriss Offee does what she must to survive a rapidly changing galaxy. The choices they make will define their destinies. It features Thrawn, the fourth sister General Grievous, Darth Vader, and the Grand Inquisitor, and other new and familiar characters including Wing, which I spoke about, and the Night Sisters. And I'm loving Barriss's design. She looks so different. I guess a lot of time has passed. And I've got to wonder, although these two characters, the ones central to the show, are on divergent paths, is Morgan Elsbeth gonna hire Barriss at the end? She works with Marok, so this is certainly a possibility. They say the talented voice cast includes Diana Lena Santo, Meredith Salinger, Rhea Kilstead, Wing Ti Chow, Lars Mikkelsen, Jason Isaacs, and legend of Lucasfilm, Matthew Wood, reprising his role as Grievous. And before you ask it, no my dear friends, Grievous is not alive. What you're seeing are flashbacks. Dave Filoni created the series, they say, and is supervising director and executive producer alongside Athena Yvette Portillo and Kerry Beck. And just to reiterate my dear friends, it arrives on May 4th. And now just to finish with something very exciting, but I do want you to take this with a pinch of salt. I've been hearing rumours that we might see Baylan and Shin in this series. And during the run of Ahsoka, I was saying, I think Baylan's philosophy does sound a lot like that of Barriss. I think their paths crossed after Order 66. This might be something Ray Stevenson recorded before his death, and I've always thought animation is the best way to bring him back, without having to recast, and even if they do, it's just for the voice, which is pretty common with other characters. So Star Wars Day is set to be very exciting. We've got The Phantom Menace 25th, if you're lucky enough to be near one of the cinemas during the marathon, all 9 Star Wars movies back in theatres, and Tales of the Empire. Now my dear friends, this was the second of 2 videos I posted today. Please go and check out the one I posted about the Bad Batch. I talk about a few very interesting Star Wars theories pertaining to Clone CX2 and Omega in relation to a Force sensitivity. I don't think you want to miss it. But with that said, my dear friends, how are you feeling about the reveal of this new show? Are you excited for more Morgan Elsbeth, more Thrawn, more Darth Vader, more Inquisitors? Let me know down below. Barriss has a lot of training to undergo, and I've just got a gut feeling it's not going to end well for her. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. May the Force be with you, always.